It takes 10,000 hours of intensive practice to achieve mastery of complex skills and materials like playing the violin or getting as good as Bill Gates, Malcolm Gladwell, the creator of 10,000 hours theory. But in this video I managed to find one of the most unique cases in gaming history. I found a player who currently has 22,000 hours in Counter-Strike, yet he is a silver. 22,000 hours is 916 days. 2 years, 6 months, 3 weeks and 4 days of non-stop playtime. And no, this is not some skin trading NPC with idle hours. This player actively grinds the game. How is that physically possible? What type of a player and a person he is? How good of a player he is? Let's find out together. I found this player by a complete accident through a friend of mine. When I first saw his profile, I couldn't believe my eyes. Not eyes, sorry. I couldn't believe my eye, so I immediately asked my friend to get us in contact. In the beginning, this player didn't want me to make a video about him because of his own personal reasons, but after talking for a little while, he agreed, but under some conditions. Due to some privacy reasons, I'm not gonna fully show his profile. And since this person doesn't really like to be mentioned by his name, I'll refer to him as Akari because he asked for it. Akari is a very interesting player. He shared some details about his gameplay that I found very unique. First of all, he is using a Logitech G502 Hero, which is a pretty heavy mouse, 121 grams, while most of the modern gaming mice are around 60 to 40 grams. I don't know how much that would be in eagles per burger in case you're American. He is also using a SteelSeries QCK Plus heavy mousepad that is directly made for people who are searching for more control and precision in their aim. But what really surprised me is that he puts painter tape under his mouse skates for precision. While most of the people use mouse gliders, he does the exact opposite, and he explained to me that he does that to slow down the physical speed of the mouse so it feels more precise. His CS2 sense is 0.96 and he uses 1050 DPI, which is gonna be 252 cents and 400 DPI, which is similar to what Donk is using. Also, Akari played 21,000 hours of Counter-Strike with no headphones. He plays only with speakers. Now that we got the technical part figured out, let's begin with the interview. First of all, thank you so much to agreeing to this. My first question to you is, when did you first start playing CS and what got you into the game?
I started playing CSGO in mid-2016. It all began with a fascination for skins, because before I even played the game, I bought myself one of those real-life CSGO knives, and soon after I got tempted into playing the game itself and was hooked immediately, because during this time, PvP in RuneScape was dying out and I was looking for a new game, and CSGO just really clicked for me.
How much do you play daily and in which game modes?
For the first 4 years, I solo queued 3 to 8 hours a day, playing only casual and deathmatch because I wasn't really interested in competitive, like at all. But with what started off rather lonely, I now made amazing friends there, friends that I still play with to this day, and sometimes we even play custom workshop maps. It's just an absolutely amazing community.
What was your highest rank in CSGO and in CS2?
My rank? Well, that's a very complex subject, so get ready, because this will probably be the longest answer you've ever heard, but I will do my best to explain it. For the first 5 years, I was very nervous to play like anything competitive really. The thought of ranks being on the line and your teammates judging you were not exactly my cup of tea. While I was decently good and casual, I never really felt the need to go competitive at all, so instead I focused on something else, which was service medals. And gladly, I missed the one from 2016, because what came after would set my world in motion. In 2017, around summertime, I managed to get the blue medal, and I knew purple existed and I kinda really wanted one, but there was still a long grind ahead, especially since I missed a few weeks. But in my favor, there was Operation Hydra, which gave bonus XP. So along with all the bonus XP and 4 months of grinding casual and deathmatch, I finally managed to earn the purple medal closely near the end of December. Which was quite the accomplishment, especially since I did it without playing competitive. Playing the game like this kind of gave me a challenge. This idea sort of derives from RuneScape, where players would set limitations, like play the game with only one defense. In this case, it's getting medals without playing competitive. And in 2019, I got myself another purple medal. This time I was prepared and on schedule, so I had enough time to do my weekly XP and finished it without any problems. However, in 2020, I finally tried out competitive because my friends kept asking me to play. I made a new account so it would not interfere with my challenge, and I landed myself on MGE. A few games later, I even got into DMG, although after that I dropped down to Gold Nova 4. In 2021, they released Unranked, which was really good for XP and quickly became my favorite game mode. I even managed to get myself a pink medal that year, but that came at a huge cost because some of the operation missions that gave bonus XP required me to play competitive, putting me at 8 wins, which was only 2 wins away from getting rank and ending the challenge, but eventually I saved up 39 tokens, which was enough to level up to pink. In 2023, I tried to get another purple medal, but that year turned into a disaster. CS2 came out. CS2 removed unranked matches, which were my main game mode, and now all maps give you a rank. So I had to either abandon the challenge or do one final grind in casual and deathmatch. The first 3 months were rough because casual and deathmatch were getting boring and I eventually got a burnout. So after thinking about it for a long time, I finally decided to end my challenge and do the last few weeks in competitive. I managed to get my medal in time, but it has also brought an end to this chapter. 7 years in the making, I am now sitting at Gold Nova 3.
Before we continue, let me introduce today's video partner, Skin Club. But you have to be 18 plus to play on a site. They're one of the biggest case opening sites out there with instant withdrawal system. They got daily cases to open, lots of fun game modes to choose from, and a huge variety of deposit methods. I played on a site myself, and as you can see, I managed to profit in a matter of seconds. After that, I tried my luck in case battles where I instantly won in a 2 vs 2. And then, I withdrew my skins and immediately got them in my inventory. If you wanna check them out, use my link in the description for a deposit bonus, and now let's get on with the video. Imagine if there were no service medals or skins in the game, would you still play it?
If there were no such things present from the start, I don't think I would have gotten into the game. My drive really is doing niche things in video games, and while CS is fun and satisfying, I just don't think the game on its own would have been enough to get me to try it out. Which is kind of unfortunate because it's still a really good game, to be honest.
Our mutual friend mentioned that you play Valorant as well, so my question to you is, if Valorant got released before CSGO, do you think you'd ever play CSGO?
That's a hard one, because CSGO skins is what got me into the game, and I am not sure if CS would have had the same success if it was released at a later time. Without CS, I don't think I would have gotten as deep into the FPS genre to begin with, so perhaps I would have played a little bit of both, but nothing more.
Does the game ever become repetitive and boring for you?
CS2 has indeed become somewhat boring and repetitive. Due to the lack of content, it's really hard to stay focused on the game, to be fair. I am currently on my off year anyways, meaning I can't get a purple medal during this time because I need to save levels for next year. Which is kind of a downside, that you can only do it properly like once every other year, so there isn't much for me to do currently.
Since you play in low ranks and most of the people there are pretty beginner level, don't you think that with your experience and mechanics it won't take long for you to rank up easily if you tried a little harder?
In CSGO, maybe. In CS2, I don't really think so. With how ranks work in CS2, in anything above Gold Nova you start facing smurfs, cheaters, X-high ranks that I just have no chance against unless they fix the ranking system, and honestly I'm not even that interested in high ranks because it will make gaining XP a lot slower and harder anyways, so yeah.
Do you face blatant cheaters in your lobbies often?
I do face a lot of smurfs and wall hackers, but spin botters are actually not that common in my rank. Gladly I only see them like once or twice a month, and often when I watch demos, I notice that it's mostly new players who do it, as they don't even know how to play the game and just blatantly loop through walls. But I hope Valve brings back short matches so it's not as big of a loss if you encounter them, or they make a functioning anti-cheat, but that's probably too much to ask.
Did you ever want to play on higher ranks like Global Elite in CSGO or for example High Elo Premier in CS2?
In CS2, I am not interested in high ranks, especially since they don't really mean anything at the moment. As for CSGO, I did once wanted to be global for a while and thought I could perform aim-wise, but not really as a team. And this is of course only when I'm having a really good day and my aim is on point. On average, I wouldn't really put myself higher than MG2.
After this interview, I got very curious about his playstyle. I really wanted to see how he plays, moves and shoots, so I asked Akari to share any demo of his recent games and he sent me this Vertigo game for review. Of course, I'm not on a pixel and I can't have a full understanding of proper gameplay on this map, but I'm almost certain that I'm capable of noticing the basic moves. Akari starts on T side and on a pistol round he has a smoke and a molly. He mollies default and smokes in front of red. In the beginning I thought that it's a bad smoke since you can't cross to side properly, but that was not the original idea. They decided to plant in that smoke and fall back to ramp, which I totally didn't expect. Akari makes a kill here, but then they lose the round because of bad positioning. The best play here would be to set up a triple crossfire, where one T player plays behind white box, other one goes ninja and the rest sit in ramp. The score is 2-1, Akari buys an AWP and decides to contest a ramp. He posts up towards crane but loses patience right when the enemy is about to peek. His teammate is fighting in yellow, he goes out ramp and does a good flick towards the enemy in sandbags. After that he surprises me even more with a molly for yellow and a smoke to cut off elevator rotations. He moves to side, covers his teammate and then makes another kill. And then he gets too concentrated on trying to wallbang yellow and dies to the bomb explosion, which makes him lose an AWP for the next round. He gets an AK, comes towards B and does the same set of utility but adds a regular HE to the combo. After that he makes a good pre-fire on electric and plants the bomb, then finds another kill and they win the round. Next round they decide to take ramp, where he throws a smoke for elevators and a nade for yellow. He finds a kill on the guy yellow but instantly gets refragged. After that he surprises me even more since he decides to do a B fake by throwing multiple flashes towards B with his teammate. A better option here would be to ask your teammate to drop the flashes to you and throw them all by yourself, and maybe also combine that with any type of a B smoke from spawn to make it even more realistic. He moves to ramp, but his teammates couldn't take A, so they make a quick decision to turn around and move towards B, which was a right call since they end up planting the bomb on empty side. He finds a few more kills, but unfortunately his team sells the round. The score is 4-4 and Akari decides to do a half buy, Berettas, a smoke and a molly. He waits out a city molly and then throws his own set of util. His teammate dies, he picks up an AK and asks for a boost on wood and enters beast mode. A great 4K to carry the round. Well played. City side time. On pistol round, Akari pushes mid, but for some reason forgets to buy armor. He makes one kill, and if he wasn't running and shooting and also had armor, he would have had the second kill for sure. The score is 7-7 and he decides to buy a revolver to hold B ramp. He finds one kill and I'm happy that at least someone is having fun playing this game, because I'm physically incapable of feeling anything towards CS anymore. Next round he goes mid, throws a very good nade for early damage and plays a bait setup with his teammate. Honestly, the idea is good, but the positions could be way better. For example, placing one guy right side of mid and another near box, or boosting one guy on top of the box and other below. There are a lot of variations, but this one they decided to do is just way too unreliable, since you are way too far from each other. His teammate gets killed and Akari is not capable of refragging instantly, and that's exactly what I was talking about. For the rest of the game, I haven't found anything more interesting to show you. He was making some kills, but either was instantly getting refragged or just kept losing rounds. Honestly, I was not expecting this. If I have to rate Akari as a player, I'm gonna say that he can easily reach up to 15k premier rating. He knows a good amount of utility that even people on 20k and higher don't know. He definitely plays for the win because he doesn't do any stupid picks, and he has mechanics that are way better than what an average silver player has. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to make a video about such a unique case in the gaming industry. I also appreciate you guys watching the video. Don't forget that I stream very often on this YouTube channel and Kick. God bless you, I'm out.